don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
Hello. So we are live. I'm going to give it like 30 seconds till YouTube catches up with it. But I am here with guests, and we might even have another one. It's very exciting for yay, Romance Takeover Readathon. Yeah. So I'll have everybody introduce themselves once YouTube catches up. It always takes like 30 seconds before I start seeing things. Oh, here we go. I think it's coming up. Also, I forgot to share this like on Twitter and stuff before we went live, but it's fine. Okay, so we are going to be doing some reading sprints. We are also going to be giving you guys some recommendations for romance novels with fake relationships. Okay, we have a couple people who are here. Cool. I should really share this. Maybe I'll do that after while other people are talking. So if you guys want to go around, maybe go clockwise and introduce yourselves and where people can find you. And then after this, I'll add it to I'll add it to the video description.
Cool.
Hey, Dana.
Do you want me to start?
Yes. Jen, you start and we'll just go clockwise. And meanwhile, I'll go tweet this.
Okay. Well, this is Jen from the Book Refuge. You want me to get my recommendations now? Sorry, I blacked out. Or
no, just like introduce yourself and your channel. Okay. I mean, if you want to give a recommendation, I guess we could do that. Everybody give like one to start, maybe.
Sure. Yeah, I'm from the Book Refuge. I feel like we mostly know each other, and this makes me really excited that we've had so many sprints in the last couple of weeks. Romance Takeover Readathon has been awesome. My first recommendation, I was just telling them I tried to pick ones that not everyone's going to say, but I do have a Tessa Dare, but not the one that I think everyone will say. I have A Lady by Midnight, which is a childhood friends to fake lovers, I guess, with some enemies in the middle. I know that's a weird thing, but I just read this recently. It's like book 3 in Spindle Cove. And I mean, it's Tessa Dare. It was amazing. It was one of her more angstier books. I feel like her books don't have a ton of angst usually. I don't know. No. They're usually pretty fluffy. This had angst. Anyway, well, there we go.
Cool.
So I am Bree. My channel is In Love and Words, and I read mostly romance, talk about romance on my channel. I'm also In Love and Words on Instagram and Twitter and everything. And I'll give you one recommendation. I feel like the one I probably will be most known for, which is The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. I am obsessed with Mariana Zapata. She is one of my all-time favorite contemporary romance
novels. I haven't read her.
She is the queen of slow burn. You have to prepare yourself.
I love it.
Behind a 600 slow burn.
Yeah, it's
like 800 pages.
Yeah.
You're great.
I'm telling you, it is worth it. It is so worth the wait when you yeah, so that's a marriage of convenience situation, a little bit enemies-ish to lovers. It's also a sports romance. It was my very first Mariana Zapata, and I think it's usually most people's favorite. That one or Colty are usually their favorites, but it's so good. I love it.
And Carrie?
Hi, I'm Carrie. Sorry, I'm like on a delay with you guys, so I probably will only hear half conversations at this point. So sorry in advance. But my name's Carrie. I'm on a little channel called Book for Romance. And when she asked me, when they put out the fake dating trope, I was like, oh my goodness, fake dating. I remember tropes. They kind of go in and go out, but I'm like, okay, think really hard. And of course, MZ came up because, like, who doesn't love The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, right? So, of course, that was my number one. But that's okay because I have others. So here's another one I absolutely adore. And I'm going to just bite off of, like, the My Fake Rake for what we're reading this month for the Book Refuge and Crystal's Bookish Life and all that. I forgot. Okay, Jen, what is your people call
the Rake Society?
Yeah, I'm
My
sorry.
favorite.
Like, names are just like, they go. They're in there.
That's okay. That's a good one.
So anyway, yes. So that one is such a cute little romance. I absolutely loved it. They're teaching I don't know if he's a duke or he's more, I guess he's a commoner, but they're teaching him how to be a rake. And this girl wants to get the attention of another duke. So he's learning how to be a rake to help her get her guy. So that's kind of like the quick premise of everything. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I'm Chris from Books and Chris. Hello, everybody. So we're currently doing Binging Bridgerton. So for me, I'm going to say The Duke and I with Simon and Daphne. It's my favorite book out of the whole series. I love that one out of all of them so far. That's my number one. That one was more about Daphne just being tired of her mom, like pressuring her to like meet all these guys and, you know, be wedded off. And Simon kind of, her and him set up a little agreement that they would fake date, and it led to like some really good controversial, you know, scenes, and it just made it really good for me. So that's my choice.
Awesome. If you want to introduce yourself and your channel and give one recommendation for fake dating book.
Yes. Hello. Hi. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. My name's Bethany, but I didn't want to confuse because we have already another Bethany here, so you can call me Thani. My channel's Thani's Thoughts. And for my recommendation, I don't know if anyone's mentioned this, but I grabbed my book because I like visuals. So take a hint, Danny Brown. I think like it's like my fake dating favorite. I was looking through like my year, and I was like, this is definitely my fake dating favorite of this year. Because I think also one of the keys to fake dating is, and fake relationships in general, is just having like the purpose makes sense of like why the fake dating has to happen. And I think for that, for Danny Brown it was done really, really well.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay. So that was on my list also. Okay. So here's the one I'll recommend.
Sorry, Bethany.
No, it's okay. I have a whole stack, so that's like one. It's fine. So I'm gonna recommend Like Lovers Do by Tracy Livesay. I love this. It was so good. So this one is fun because it's a fake relationship, but also friends to lovers. Because she has like a fake relationship with a guy who's her best friend for reasons, and like it's great. I really enjoyed this. So that would be my recommendation.
That book had so many things that I loved in it, like the whole vacation aspect.
Yeah,
like,
only
like
one bed.
Yes, so many good things.
It was good. Yeah, so we've got people liking that. Hey, Ashley. Okay, cool. So there you go. You guys have had 6 recommendations already, and I guess maybe after we do the first reading sprint, we could do another round of recommendations. Yes. Cool.
Okay.
I'm like going to take off my take a hint, Danny Brown, because like, yes, that's a really good one. That's a good pick. I love fake relationships. This is part of why I wanted to do it, because I just think it's so fun, and I love seeing it like become real.
I was trying to put my finger on why I love them so much, and I couldn't really. I don't really know. I love fake relationships so much. I guess because sometimes it can be like enemies to lovers or friends to lovers. There's a lot of other tropes that can be mixed in with it. But yeah, I love it.
I love when we have to practice.
Yes.
It. Oh, we should practice kissing so that it looks natural.
Exactly.
That's why.
Yeah, there's a lot of forced togetherness in it. Like you're forced to like be a
proximity. Yeah,
you share a bed because they think you're a couple. Bed
right.
There's a great progression to it. There's just they're so not a couple. They're forced together, and there's such a great progression and build up to them ending up together. It's always really nice to see.
Yeah.
Do you prefer if it's enemies to lovers where there's a little tension, or if they're friends and then they start fake dating? Which do you guys prefer?
Enemies to
I
lovers.
like both.
Yeah.
I like friends because there's always already feelings there for at least one person, and that's usually the person who's like, "Oh no, we need to practice this." Like, we need to practice this. And really, they're like, "You liked that a little bit too much, didn't you?" I mean, lovers already has its own tension going. Like, it's great. But when it's a friend, that friend has an excuse now to like touch the person and do the things.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I also like when it takes them off guard. The attraction.
Oops.
Go ahead.
This is true, Dana.
I kind of like when they're like about to like murder each other and they're like, hey, like we have to be together, but I want to kill you. Like I kind of like that as well. I'm sorry, that sounds really bad.
No, I agree with you, Carrie. I think I like that too.
I like the enemies to lovers. I think that when they finally get to let out their sexual frustrations, it's just so much better.
But I just like enemies to lovers.
I think you had Bree did a video where she was like, I hate you. I want to bang you. I hate you. I want to bang you. I love that.
I love that.
But like when they have to be married or be together, it's like that forced proximity. So they're like, crap, I have to be next to you. I don't want to be next to you, but I do want to be next to you.
And then their inner dialogue.
So attractive. Yeah.
So good.
Well, I think it's interesting too when it's like they hate each other, but then they get to know each other and realize, oh, maybe I like misunderstood you, or you're, you know, like you're more than what I thought you were. And I like, I think I like that too.
Exactly.
Yeah. The assumptions.
It's good. Does anybody in the comments have a favorite fake relationship that they want to talk about or recommend? Let us know. We've got a lot of people, which is fun. Fun scenes where they panic and have to play the couple last minute so their natural chemistry takes over. Yes, that's great. Yeah, I think when things are written like played up for comedic value, like if it's written well, it can be so good. I think that's the thing.
Yeah,
Audrey Gray does that really good. She has a couple of fake dating where like her books are a little bit funnier. What's the one? Oh, they all go out of my mind as soon as I try to think of it, but the one that's like not so nice guy, or I can't remember another one, but we're more comedic with it. Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah. Love Machine by Kendall Ryan is a good friends to lovers fake relationship to help her in the bedroom. Okay.
I heard of that one.
I need to read some more. I just read Long Shot last night, so I could use a lighter one by her.
I bet.
Right?
Yeah, I needed a shower after that one. I said, you said you needed to take a shower after that one.
Not for bad reasons.
No, I know.
Yeah. After chapter 19, I was like, get me out of my skin, please. Oh my God. Yeah. Makes me want to say bad words. So I'll hold it in.
I saw the cover, so I thought it was like a theme. I'm like, oh, you know, must be real steamy.
Trigger warnings for domestic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I know this is coming.
Yeah, I've heard it's a rough one, but really good.
August
it's
makes
really good.
August makes up for it.
Yeah, I second this. I think someone else mentioned my fake rake tonight. Yes.
That's
really good.
Very
it's a
good
one.
Yeah.
It's a great one. It is. Yeah, that's a great one. I like it. Yeah. Yes. Let's check that out. That'll be awesome. Cool. Yeah, I think they're fun. Like I like a good marriage of convenience too. Like anything that's like a forced relationship.
Right.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So we could get ready to do our first sprint. What is everybody reading tonight? I'll share. I am reading Hearth and Home by Rebel Carter. This is the last book I need to read to finish my TBR for the readathon, which is exciting. So this is where I'm at right now. This is a historical romance with a mail order groom who's a cinnamon roll. So far I'm liking it.
Great.
Yeah.
That sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
I did just get a Rebel Carter.
She writes super diverse stuff. So I think this is book 2. I haven't read the first one, but I think he's the brother of the heroine in the first book and who ends up with 2 husbands.
Yeah, the Menage. I got that rec from Fated Mates did Menage with Katie Roberts. So I was like, give it to me, please.
To all the boys, of course. Okay, yeah.
Okay, what am I reading? Sorry, I'll go now.
That was cute.
Oops, sorry. I was just telling Bethany before that I'm trying to start another one. So I have When He Was Wicked, which I'll probably be reading, but I also just started Honeymoon with a Stranger, which is like a quicker book, and maybe I read it. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to read a chapter of each and see what I want to read. So.
So as for me, I completely abandoned like my TBR after I read the first book in the Filthy Rich Americans series by Nikki Sloan. I am like, I read the first book was on my TBR, and then I had to. It ends on a cliffhanger in my defense.
I knew you were going to. I was like, you need to rethink your life because you're gonna read them all.
You should have warned me before I even put it on my TBR.
Also, Izzy did too. She binged them all at once. You will not stop. They are not complete stories. It's one story.
Yes. So I'm on the fourth one now. So I'm on the fourth one, and I'm like 30% into that. So I'm going to be reading that one tonight. It's really good.
Oh, this sounds interesting. A Tarzan retelling?
Yes. Oh my God, it's so good.
Have you not heard of this yet? Bree and I are obsessed with that book, girlfriend. It's brilliant.
So great.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scream at you.
Okay. I love it.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm getting like bits here and there. Sorry if I cut someone off. I'm reading Kiss of Vengeance by Samantha Young. It's her book 2 in that series. And because we're going to talk about it on Friday on Charles's channel for Books and Stereo. So I'm very excited. It's a paranormal. I don't want to talk about too much of this book because I feel like it's a spoiler for like the first book. But the first one was, I think, War of Hearts. So, which is a really cute paranormal. It's a werewolf trying to hunt down a girl because someone wants her back. Pretty much is like the premise of it. So it's really, really good. I love it. It's awesome so far.
I'm between To Sir Philip with Love, and I'm also reading Knotted by Pam Godwin. So
that's the Pam Godwin you were talking about?
Huh?
That's a Pam Godwin you were talking about?
Yeah, Knotted. Did you read that one?
No, I read it. Sorry, I just interrupted again. But you said this one really starts with an assault, and I was like, yeah, all 3 of them do that.
No, but like this one was like first chapter, and it said like chapter 2, and I was like scared to keep reading. It was like intense. It was good
I thought
though.
it's a different one.
No.
Wait, they all start with.
I know they're all dark, but this one was just like next level.
Sorry.
Yeah,
well, that's a good one.
Oh, and I think my turn. So I'm bouncing between 2. I'm listening to An Offer from a Gentleman for I'm behind in my Bridgertons, but I'm listening to that one on audio on Libby. And then I also have been in the middle of Anna Holidays by Christina Lauren. I know everyone's reading that one right now.
Like mixed reviews. Are you?
I liked it.
I'm liking it. I feel like I'm not really connecting with the characters because everyone's really introduced really, really quickly, and then you're not really getting a lot of the character dynamic very well. So I'm interested to know what's going to happen. Like I'm invested, but at the same time, I'm really feeling disconnected from the characters right now. So I'm about halfway through, but I don't know if it's going to get better or if I'm just going to. I predict it more of like a 3 to 4 star, depending on what happens and how it all resolves.
All right.
I liked
it. So much promotion. I was like so excited about it. And then everybody started reading it and they were like not giving such great reviews. So I don't know.
The Christmas vibe though, if you like the Groundhog Day Christmas vibe, then you'll have a good time.
Okay.
I really liked it. Like it's got some great scenes in it too. And like the family Christmas stuff. It's so fun. It's not super steamy though. But I enjoyed it. Heart of Blood and Ashes. I want to read that one at some point.
So good. It's so good.
Nice.
Well, did you guys hear about the Goodreads Choice Awards? Didn't it win for romance?
Yeah, it did. It won for romance. Yeah.
I think it ran for the romance category for
it did, yeah.
Intro.
Yep. It did, yeah.
I don't know. I think I haven't read it yet, so I don't know the caliber of it because I usually wait till JLA is done with the series because I know she leaves you hanging during them. Like I tend to wait till she's all done with them. But I was like, I don't know if I loved it in the romance category as much as it should have been in the fantasy category up against City of Crescent City. So I don't know. Yeah, right.
That's what I've heard. I've heard it's more fantasy, but I have heard a lot of people seem to really like it. This is funny though. Someone like Dana didn't like In a Holidays.
Right.
Perfectly Bookish loved it. Trina loved it. It's like, you know, it depends on your taste, I think. I liked it.
Yeah. I just know that they're not my like style anymore because I loved their first stuff. Like I loved The Beautiful Bastards and the Wild stuff. So then when I read newer stuff, I was like, oh, I mean, I appreciate it for what it did. I did like Unhoneymooners was okay for me. It's just I knew what they used to do and I loved that. And I just didn't appreciate their shift. But I get why so many people love them and why they're really, you know, why they blow up. Like I get it. Not me anymore. So
you took you took my next recommendation was going to be the Unhoneymooners.
Yeah, that one's
Thanks, Jen. No.
Yeah,
that's so true.
And see where people like, but it's
You
not.
didn't like it?
No.
Oh my god, I was like cracking out. Like I loved it. I thought they were so funny. The banter between the two of them, the situation in Hawaii with the boss and faking the wedding. I loved it. I think it was great.
I don't like farcical humor. I don't like farcical humor to that level where it's just like you're being stupid. Sorry, I'm not attacking them. You're not like to me. I was like, you guys are being stupid. Not like believable, but that's me. I don't want to rant about it. It's fine. It's fine.
See, I thought the banter between them was so real. Like I thought it was like, I don't know. I loved it.
Yeah, I laughed out loud when I was reading that one.
If you,
they are awesome. That's so funny. I liked it. Yeah. Oh, this is so interesting. I think it depends on what you like, because I think the thing is a lot of their newer stuff is just not heavy on the romance. Like it's like less steamy. It's more like, I mean, which I enjoy that, but if you don't want that, then like you're not gonna like it. It just depends. I don't know.
Yeah, right. But I feel the same way about Jen DeLuca, and a lot of people love her stuff, and I'm just like, I don't get it.
Especially I loved the first one. I didn't like the second one as much, but I loved the first one so much.
Yeah. So, but that's okay. I will go for the indie authors who need it. Like they started kind of there, and there's enough people who love them that my opinion like doesn't matter. Like everyone can love that. I'm gonna go out with the dirty people.
There's enough space in Romancelandia for all of us.
That's why I'm like, I like that we all like different things. It's been fantastic. So, yeah. Did everybody say what they were reading, or did I totally cut? I feel like I
did. Yeah. Okay, so why don't we can start at 8:55 Eastern, I guess, and read for like 20 minutes. Okay, yeah. So like this is exactly it. Some people don't like a lot of steam. So like that's perfect.
Gotta be those for the people. Like
depends on what you're looking for.
Give all the steam. I want all of it. The dirtier the better.
I'm like mid-range. Like I enjoy books. Oh yeah.
What is that?
This is one of my other choices. This is a historical romance BDSM. It's fantastic.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Option for the night.
Yeah, whereas I'm like, I don't know. Like, I like things with very little. I like things with like a reasonable amount, but like, Jen, like you read a lot of stuff that I'm like, no.
Bethany, send them to me. You made it.
I'm happy that you enjoy what you read, though.
Give it to me.
I feel like I'm about where Bethany is. I'm about where that goes. Like, just the right
Sharon
amount.
said,
not
what
too
was that?
much, but not too little.
Yes, to steam. Yeah, I like some, but what was that, Jen? Someone wants to know what.
I'm writing it. I got it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, okay, like that novella collection, Do You Guys Like to F? I really enjoyed that. And that's like about like the most amount of steam that I probably like. You know, it's pretty steamy, but I was
like on the plot book. That's what that was. It was a banging is the plot anthology.
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, there was a little more to it than that, but they were novellas, so it's not as.
Yeah, a whole novel of that is too much. The novella of it is just right, but a whole novel of it, that's when I kind of, then I kind of lose interest.
Yeah. Yeah, give it to me. I'm like, no.
That's great.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So, guys, we're going to sprint for 20 minutes. So we will check back in at 9:15 Eastern, whatever that is in your time zone. I will type it in here. And good luck. All right. How'd everybody do?
Good. I made it to the end of the chapter, so that's good.
A couple of pages.
I'm speed reading this one, so I got through 70 pages. So that was nice.
Ooh.
70 pages just now?
Yeah.
Damn.
She reads very fast.
Okay.
I'm not.
I wish I read that fast.
So
I've read it
Wow.
all the time.
my brain might
okay.
be out of line, but
Yeah, but still.
I read about 5 pages because
Oh.
I had to reread some pages because like my brain is not working today. It's like it's gone. I think I'd read one page like 3 times. Like it's gone today.
Yeah.
It's all right. We love you like how you are, Carrie.
I feel like doing it on here is always slightly distracting, but I did like 24 pages, which is pretty good. So
There wasn't
good.
anybody talking about, like, usually there's someone talking about something strange, and then we end up messaging the whole time. So everyone was like good and was focused.
nice.
Izzy wasn't throwing
Right?
carrots in the chat, so
Yeah.
Oh man.
my book is really good. So I'm just like, good stuff.
Yeah. This one's good too, but it's kind of like it's a slow burn a little bit, which I'm liking. It's
Yeah.
not a traditional mail order situation, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm liking
I
it.
don't know if I've read a mail order
Yeah.
husband before.
Yeah, I don't think I've read that either.
I read like male
Yeah.
escorts, which I always love male escorts, but
Mhm.
I haven't read many
Yeah.
mail order brides either. I've only read a couple.
Really?
Yeah, just like
Okay. Read this. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Queen Bed is
It's
happening
like-
in 2021. It's happening.
Yay.
Yes.
That one's like great. It's funny and like it's so good.
She's one of the I'm so excited that I'm like afraid because the hype is real for Queen Beth and I know it'll be good. But it was the same thing with Kennedy Ryan. I've waited years to read one of her books because I was just afraid. So
Also so good.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Right?
Yeah,
But
no,
the hype
there's a
will
lot
be
of
the expectation, you know?
yeah.
yeah, or just like knowing too much stuff. Like that was the biggest issue with Longshot. It wasn't an issue, great book, but like because I've heard so many podcasts about it and people talk, which I don't mind spoilers, like I love spoilers, but for that particular story, I then wasn't shocked by what was happening. So I feel like if I had read that book with only like with just the trigger warning being told to me, not with the breakdown of the story, I would have been like shook in a state of comatose. But because I've heard it talked about since it came out, I was like, oh, this is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really good. You know, it was great. So it lived up to the hype, but it didn't like gut me. Whereas if I'd been blind. So that's why I'm like, for Beverly Jenkins, I'm like, I don't pay too much attention to the reviews about her books because I want to go in blind to as many of her stories as I can. So that I can.
I want to see what you think about the second book in that series, in the Hoop series.
Yeah.
What is it, Block? I think.
What it was about. I'm probably going to skip to the third one first.
No, I mean, there's a lot more to it than what I told you. I didn't give you any big spoilers.
No. But I want to read Keenan. I want to read Keenan and Lowe's book really bad, so I might. And then I'll come back because Jared was cool.
Yeah.
I like Lowe. She put her voodoo on Caleb, and I was like, "Girl, do it." Loved it.
Yeah, I read Long Shot Blind, and that was a lot.
I bet it was.
Wow.
I had no idea what it was about, so I went into it completely blind.
Like it, and like because we were chatting about that. Like it's not like I wanted it blind. Like just trigger warnings would have been enough. That's my point. It's like I would want to know those trigger warnings, but I wish I've listened to Smart Women Read Rom. Justin and Juliet did it, and so did Not Your Mom's Book Club, and so did like they all did it, and so I knew what was going to happen already. So, but I can see how that would have been. Was not prepared for that. That would have been a lot.
Well, Do we want to do another round of recommendations with fake relationships?
Let's do it.
Want to go the other way this time?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can do
You have a big too. Maybe you should do a couple.
Maybe I should. Okay, so I'm gonna pick a couple that I feel like maybe people wouldn't. I don't know if people would talk about these. Okay, well, so this one's maybe more popular, but A Prince on Paper by Alyssa Cole.
Yes.
Is the final book in the Reluctant Royal series, and this one has fake relationship in it. It's great. I really liked it. Yeah,
I need to
just
finish
love
that series.
It's so good. They're all so wonderful.
That one's actually my favorite in the series, and I feel like not enough people read it. It is so good.
It is really good. I agree. I think I think there were a few not so great reviews of it, but I think it's fantastic.
I do too.
I really, really liked it. So yeah, I wish more people would read it too. It's another good one. But it's like, I don't know. So there's like the supposed bad boy prince in a fake relationship with a girl who's been super sheltered her whole life. And it's like complicated, but I really liked it a lot. That was a good one. And then the other one is Some Like It Scandalous by Maya Radal. If you got that one.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's got kind of some like feminist stuff. It's set in New York's Gilded Age and has a nerdy heroine who wants to start her own business, but her family wants her to get engaged, and so she ends up with a fake engagement with her enemy, like a guy who they've been like they don't like each other. And it's great. So that's,
I need to write that one down.
Yeah. Some like it scandalous.
Yeah. I've heard she's good, and I wanted to try Gilded Age besides Shoot, so I picked her up. I haven't read it yet.
That's a good one. Yeah, I really liked it a lot. Somebody has a question. Suggest reading in order after Long Shot.
I mean, I think you can. I have only read the first one, so maybe that's a question for Bree. Have you read all three?
I only read the first and the second one, but I felt like there was a long time between me reading Long Shot and reading the next one, and I didn't feel lost at all. So I think you could probably read in any order.
Yeah. I mean, those are
the other characters are mentioned, but I don't think that you'll be lost.
Yeah.
Cool.
They're going on Kindle Unlimited. I think Kennedy Ryan said that they're going on Kindle Unlimited soon. So if you want to read the whole series, then go for it. I only read part of the second one. I didn't finish it, but I plan on going back and finishing it. I just wasn't in the space for it at the time.
Yeah, I heard you say that, or you told me that. Maybe it was you who told me that. But I'm gonna wait till they're on KU then, because if it's only another week, just wait.
Right.
Cool. Yes, that was in our first round of recommendations. 12 Winnipeg and me. There you go. Awesome.
Wait, so whose turn is it next? Is it my turn?
Yes. It's your turn.
Okay. Yes, I had planned. I looked up things. Okay. I was going to mention The Bride Test by Helen Huang for Marriage Companions. I really, really like that one because I think the autistic rep in it is just so good. And I especially like the portrayal of Kai, like being, like misconception of autistic not feeling. And obvious, but it's just he feels in a different way and expresses it in a different way. Yeah. And I think that was a really powerful message to talk about and to bring up in a romance. So yeah, I actually think I liked The Bride Test more than I liked The Kiss Quotient. I know that's controversial, but I did.
That is.
I like them.
I agree with you, but yeah, I agree with you. But I think I do. Yeah, I like when the guys are on the spectrum. That's why I like that one better. Is like I love that he's just confused. I love that he's confused, even though it's what he calls Michael. My favorite thing in that book, without spoilers. When he calls Michael, and it's like, what did I do wrong?
Oh yeah. My heart.
Oh, that scene. I was laughing so loud. That scene just cracked. But also like how sweet like his cousin and his brother are like explaining it totally to him and having so much patience and love in them trying to help him out through it. It was just so precious.
Too. So that's what's funny. Is
right.
Who would know about what's going on?
And also we just love a virgin hero. That's always fun to see too. Yeah. I love that.
I need the third book. I need it. Like
oh my God.
August.
Yeah.
So far away.
I want Kwan's book so bad. I love him.
I know. I hope there's some arcs for that soon. Like I'll sell my soul for what I got.
And I think another one is and maybe someone else might mention this is Zenny. That's a great marriage convenience too.
Oh, I haven't read that one yet. Okay,
I can read that.
Nice.
I don't know if Izzy's still here, but if she is, Peggy, that's for her.
Oh yeah,
that's a good one. Chris.
Yeah, so my other book was The Unhoneymooners, but I blurted that one out already. And then I'm looking at like my Goodreads and Play, the Stage Dive series by Kylie Scott. Yeah, that's the other one I thought was pretty good.
What is that one about?
He's a rock star, and his image is kind of crappy because you know how rock stars are. And he found a good girl to kind of clear up his image, and you know they end up falling in love and stuff like that.
That's fun.
I don't remember too much of it because I read it a really long time ago. Carrie. I think she's frozen.
Oh,
she's
okay. Sorry.
No, she's there. She's there.
Just like, guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Am I go?
We'll
My
just
phone
wait.
and me. We're just not getting along today. That's just there. That's the way it is. Okay, so everybody probably knows these. These are sports romances. You probably have heard of them before. The Deal. Can you see that? Elle Kennedy.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure everyone's heard of it, but that's also fake dating for jocks, things like that. Like she wants to make a jock jealous, and then the guy at campus, you know. I mean, I don't know how many people. I mean, you know, I feel like a lot of people have read this series before, so I just threw it in there. But then also, I Bet You is by what is that? Ilana Mills. Is it? Isla? Is that how you say her first name?
Is it Isla or Ilsa? There's
I'm like
Issa Madam Mills or something like that. Yeah, Issa Madam Mills.
Elsa.
Yeah.
But
Issa Madam Mills. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so bad with names. I'm like, but this one is also the guy on campus gonna make the other dog jealous. You know, just that basic girl meets boy that she wants. So she uses another guy to kind of get him jealous because she's using someone else to get him jealous. So, I mean, those are the two kind of sports fake dating relationships that I had. I have other ones, but honestly, like, I want to see what everybody else kind of goes with. But yeah, I also had The Kiss Quotient by How Hung, but you know, it's one of those things where I'm like, I didn't know what they said about what was controversial about this. I didn't hear anything about it yet. Like, I wasn't sure. They said I thought you guys had mentioned something controversial about this. I was just curious.
I don't know.
No. She was saying it's controversial that she prefers book 2.
Yeah, that Kiss Quotient's usually the favorite. Nobody likes Bride Test. I just do.
And me.
Yeah, I love Bride Test.
Okay. So not to steal this one, but this is also like a fake dating trope, but she had Asperger's. So I really enjoyed this one. It was so sweet. But she has Asperger's. She hires someone to kind of help her like learn how to feel and you know, and kind of go through that fake dating trope. It was really cute. I loved it. Okay, sorry. That might have been too many.
Great.
So my other favorite one is Marriage for One by Ella Mays. I am obsessed with that one. It's another slow burn. And it's another super, super long one. But I love this one so much because it's a grumpy sunshine trope too. And like the hero seems just like so grumpy and everything. But when you see him just start to break, it's like, and he starts falling in love with her. It's the sweetest thing ever. And then there's caretaking in it. There's a lot of great things in it. So, so, so good.
Nice. All right. I have 2 more as well. So I have one that's called Burn for You by J.T. Gessinger. And this one is a chef romance where she is a chef at one of his restaurants, and he needs to get married to inherit his family, like bourbon, like they're bourbon makers or whatever. And so it's a fake dating one, and it's an enemies to lovers as well, because she thinks he's just horrible, but she has a mother who has a lot of medical bills. So he's going to like, if you will be with me for this amount of time, I'll like pay for everything. So it's one of those. Super, super great chemistry between the two of them. Really good. And while I was looking this up, I realized that there is a trilogy that's now completed. There wasn't a trilogy when I read it. So I'm just on here like, oh, I read it this year. And then the other one is The Negotiator by Avery Flynn. And that one is, this woman is there to like, kind of like, he's a businessman and she's going to help him like clean up his image. And so first they're like fake. It's another kind of like, it's not really enemies to lovers, but he's kind of a big playboy and he needs to clean up his image. So she's going to like help him with that. And then it ends up, he's like, but I need you to be my fake girlfriend because you're really put together and my parents will like you. And so it's like a fake dating / fake fiance, because then he's like, I'm going to up my level and I'm going to propose to you in a fake manner as well. Those are 2, both on Kindle Unlimited if you're interested. So
awesome. We have people bringing up a bunch of things in the comments. So A Very Bossy Christmas by Kaylee Loring. I don't know anything about that one. Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. I've not read Tessa Bailey, but yeah, I know people like it. The Addicted series by Krista and Betch.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that was fake dating. I like that one.
Yeah, good one. Alcoholic and
I've heard that one, but I haven't read it yet.
That's
The
good.
Matchmaker's Playbook by Rachel Van Dyken.
That's been on my TBR forever.
I need to read that.
So I have a fake dating trope movie. Holiday. It's on Netflix. I don't know if you've have you guys seen
I
it?
want to see
Holiday.
it. I haven't seen it yet, but I want to. Yeah, it looks fun.
It's really cute. So like she every Christmas she's like solo, you know, and her family's always like, get a man. And he's like tired of like dating all these like loser women. And so they like make a pact that like every holiday they're gonna fake date. And it's really cute. Like they get together for Easter and then they end up falling. It's a cute movie. And it's on Netflix.
I love it.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
It
is
too.
funny.
I have to check it out.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Hi, Crystal.
Hi, Crystal.
Hey, Chris.
Hi, Elizabeth. Hello. Awesome. So I do still have 2 books in my stack.
Okay, that's awesome.
It's all good. It's all good. Go for it.
Okay. I actually have another Avery Flynn, which but The Wedding Date Disaster.
Oh no,
this is a new one. It's really funny. So she is supposed to pretend she's in a relationship with her best friend at her sister's wedding to like deal with family pressure, but instead she goes to pick him up at the airport and it's his brother who's like her enemy, who thinks that she's a gold digger trying to convince his brother to marry her when she's not. And so it's like an enemies to lovers fake dating at a family wedding thing, and it's very funny.
That's fun. That sounds fun.
So it's a good one. And then, I mean, I feel like a lot of people probably already know about this one, but When a Scot Ties the Knot by Tessa Dare.
That's good too.
That was my first Tessa Dare.
Yeah, it's a good fun one. Yeah. So like is like writing letters to a fake fiance who she thinks just doesn't exist for years, and then kills him off. And then one day the guy shows up and he'd been getting her letters all these years, and it's like, well, now you're gonna marry me. So,
He's like, so I'm real.
I love the line in there of like, you thought that like this Mackenzie didn't exist. Like we're all Mackenzie. Like you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's such a clever thing.
yeah.
You throw a rock and hit a James Mackenzie or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
I love a romance that starts between letters. That's always so fun to see too.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. And somebody said Big Rock by Lauren Blakely is a fake engagement.
I read that, but I forgot what that was about.
I see it all the time on the list.
Cool. A lot of recommendations for people. Okay, so
Sprint.
I Will by Lisa Kleypas is fake dating. Cool.
I Will. Is that that's not historical, is it? What's that?
Does she write contemporary?
Yeah.
I have not. So I've actually not read her, but I have like a couple of her historicals on my TBRs.
Okay, I just started her this year, so
there's so many authors, and like it's
Yeah.
She read one Arita with it.
Oh, interesting.
Historical?
Huh.
I think
It's a historical novella.
Historical novella. Okay.
Oh.
Cool.
Okay. I haven't read any of her novellas yet, so.
That novella I was reading, Jen, in that last. I guess you left before we started.
Oh yeah.
Reading, but
yeah.
I ended up reading The Earl's Christmas Pearl by Megan Frampton, and it was so charming.
Megan Frampton is good.
It was great.
She's good. She writes really cute books. I've read 3 so far, and they've all been.
That was my first from her.
Yeah. I really want to read her one with like the eye patch, the like one-eyed Dukes Are Wild.
Oh yeah, I think I have a copy of that on my TBR that I picked up somewhere at some point. So yeah, I need to read from her, but it was so funny. It was like Home Alone meets historical Christmas novella. It was great.
That's great.
Anna McGregor, that's a Home Alone Christmas. She gets left home alone with her enemy or whatever.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Because her family leaves her behind.
That's so great.
Yeah, I really want to read it.
Cool. Well, do you guys want to do another sprint? I don't know why it's not that late, but I feel like it's late.
I do another 20 minutes. That'll be 9 o'clock. It's later for you guys, I guess, but
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's way. I'm on the West Coast. It's way later for you than it is for me.
Yeah, it's like almost 10. Yeah. Okay, well, let's do that. Yeah. We could sprint till 10 and then kind of say that's good.
I mean, when I hang up with you guys, I'm going to read for 3 more hours. So
hey, great. I just want to like get in pajamas.
I know, same.
I'm in my robe, so.
Here's my, you see this?
Oh, I like that.
Very nice. Awesome.
All right.
Okay, so we'll go till
back to Scotland I go. Kilmartin Castle.
All right. Check back in then. read a lot.
Jen knows that I'm reading my book right now. She's read it, so I was messaging her during the. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm at this part."
I need to reread that one. Oh God, it's so good.
I read a lot more this time. I did 50 pages, which that's more like typical.
That's good.
I always forget to start counting.
We're halfway done now. That's good. Nice. Those ones are short.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, this conversation is so much more incredible now that I can hear you guys. It's like the world has. So I read 15 pages, so I was really happy with that because I'm a slow reader. So that was
nice.
I read about 21 pages.
That's a page.
I don't count.
I read really slow. I read really slow. I wish I could read as fast as you, Jen.
Well,
yeah, Jen reads fast, but she still like retains the information. That's what's
not me. If I don't read slow, I don't remember any. You know, it doesn't stay with me.
Yeah.
So I have to read it and feel it while I'm reading it.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I read slow too.
I don't.
I'd love to read fast. And how great it would be to get through all those books.
I could
oh my
audio
God.
fast. Like I could do like a 2.5 with an audiobook because I'm doing it's reading.
Oh, me too.
Even when I'm having to think the words, and I'm already like I've struggled with reading all my life. So like for me to process the words at the same time, it takes me a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm.
Jen, did you always read
fast? No, but I've always read all the time. And so since I've started BookTube, I've gotten faster. Like, I mean, I've always read all the time. So I read maybe about 100 books a year, which was like, that's good, right? And it wasn't until I started the channel almost 3 years ago that I was like taking it. I was reading all the time. And now having Kindle on my phone, I can read when I'm doing whatever. And
question for you.
Sure.
Do you find that you read faster on the Kindle than an actual book?
I get more distracted with a Kindle sometimes, especially if it's on my phone. But it's really all the same because if I'm gonna get I get distracted no matter what I'm doing. But I read a lot when I'm like, you know, like in a chunk of a couple hours, I can get through.
Are you getting a lot of pings like for sales, like a sale pops up and you're like, oh, I'm gonna tag on that?
Yeah, I have to like go. I put my stuff on do not disturb, not be on my phone, but so like stuff doesn't come up when I'm doing things, because that happens. Like our like romance chat or whatever and then I'll get sucked into it. So I have to like pause it so I don't, because I want to interact with everybody, but I'm like, if I want to keep reading this many books, not. What slowed me down this month is I'm annotating like everything because they're all my favorites. And so I'm normal, like I'm reading a book a day instead of 4 books a day sometimes.
Right.
I feel like I read faster on my Kindle, but that could just be because I'll like blow up the font and make it feel like it's going faster.
Yeah.
I keep like turning the page and stuff. It feels like I'm going faster, but I don't know if I necessarily am reading faster.
Right.
Right. You read a lot of audiobooks too, right, Bree? Like, do you listen to them like on like what speed? Like 4.0?
No, it depends. Usually 2.5 is usually the speed that I listen to it, but it depends. If it's like a contemporary, I can speed it to like 3. But yeah.
See, I'm maxed out at like 1.8 if it's a really fast reader, and like I slowed Rosalind Lindor. I like slow her down to 1.3 because I just love her voice. I'm doing my re-listen of Again the Magic, and I was like, I want to hear everything.
Man, I could not do like that. Would drive me crazy. Like 1.3 is so slow.
It is slow. I'm doing it for a purpose of like I'm not trying to get like that. But
I know. But I have a hard time. I have a hard time paying attention if it's that slow. Like I have to speed it up, or else I can't. Yeah. Like it's too.
I do a new one.
Yeah,
but not with the reread. So
I think also it depends on what you're reading. Like with a fantasy, I have to slow it up because there's so much information being thrown out there. But with like an historical, I'll speed it up because I know like there's no background information.
There's more conversation.
Right.
In
There's no
historical
world
romance.
thing. I don't need to know the magic system that's happening on the background of an historical. So
yeah,
I put on sex scenes usually too. I don't know if anybody else does that, but I'm like, otherwise you feel like quick. Slow down scenes when I'm reading sometimes because I'm like, what's happening?
You should speed them up. They're probably like a lot funnier.
Wait, I need to enjoy this. Like, come on.
I rarely listen at less than 2. Like if I can, I'll do faster. Like my library only lets me go up to 2.
Yeah.
But if I can, I'll do like 2.5, 2.8. If I'm reading along physically at the same time, I'll do like 3 or even more sometimes.
Yeah.
So
right.
Someday there are still new heights for me to reach, I guess. Do you really want me to be able to listen at a 3.0? Because then we'll be looking at like 800 books next year.
Right.
So
That's fine. You're good. You're good.
Jen's already at what, 600?
Hey, if you can do it, do it.
No. That's one of the things of like trying to come up with goals, right? Because on BookTube, people want you to have goals for next year, which I mean, they're fun to make, but I'm like, I was telling Bethany this too before, like the reason why I read so much this year is I literally in February was like, F all these goals I made, I'm going to do what I want. It was the most successful year I've ever had. So when people are like, make rules, what are you going to do? I'm like, I don't want any rules.
Right.
My goal is going to be to write a review for like half of the books I read. So that like I really like Jessen's video about something. And so that's why like I do want to pay a little better attention because it might seem like I have really great retention, but the reason I do weekly wrap-ups is I cannot remember the name of anyone by the end.
I don't remember the names as I'm reading it. I immediately forget.
Those are my like 2 things. I want to keep reading as much as I do, but I want to write a review for at least half of the books, even if it's just a paragraph or 2. So I want to pay a little better attention. So
that's why I always include, I forget names really badly, and I always include their names in my reviews on Goodreads. That way when I can go back and look at them, I'll remember the names of the characters. Because the synopsises on Goodreads does not always have names of characters.
Right.
Jen, I was thinking
we have a ton of comments.
Oh yeah. Well, all about speeds. Everybody speeds.
Yeah. I want to read this one. I'm curious to hear what you think about Lore, Alexander Bracken.
I want
to read that too.
Christmas Polar. Hey, Beth. Yay. Still reading that one.
Polar Bear Shifter.
After she was talking about it, I went and like bought it after our last thing. Nice. Glad you're enjoying that one.
Awesome.
Cool. Playing games. You know what? There's nothing wrong with being a slow reader either.
Like, nothing wrong.
You're a reader. It's just like a different.
That's the 2 tips I give people. I was like, again, my speed has grown as I can speed read now. I couldn't always do that. I didn't understand how people did that. But the other thing is always having time to do it. Like, even if you have the kids and the husband of like, these 20 minutes before bed are my 20 minutes. You can finish a book a week if you have that, or whatever.
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
Oh no, I gotta wait till everybody's asleep because they're psychotic in my house. I have 4 kids. No, it's not
maybe it's your audiobook time then. You're consistent with like, I'm gonna have an hour of audiobook time.
I do the audiobook because I drive. It's like an hour and change to work, an hour and change back. So I do the audiobooks then, and then when everybody goes to sleep, that's when I read. I
used to only listen to audiobooks in my car. And then one time I had a book so good that I was like, well, I'm going to keep listening to this and make dinner. And then for 7 hours.
I did that too. I mean, I listen to audiobooks when I'm grocery shopping, when I'm cleaning the house, when my kids are playing at the playground. Like, I do audiobooks all the time.
I mean, now I do.
All the time.
Yeah.
But my husband heard it, and I was like, 2.8, I think I had it, or 3. And he was like, how the hell are you listening? Like, what are they saying?
Does the same thing.
Yeah,
I understand.
Sounds like a different language.
Yeah,
it's fun.
You know what? I also, when I was a kid, got really into like listening to rap songs over and over until I could understand what they were saying, even when they were saying fast. And so I wonder if that helped train my brain where I can listen to audiobooks faster.
Yeah, spit along, Bethany. Give us a song.
No, I can't do it myself. I can just understand what they're saying.
I like that. But, yeah.
I'm really excited Bree's channel when she does that Q&A with her husband, because
I can't wait for you guys to do this one.
That's going up so tomorrow. Cute. It's going up tomorrow.
Husband had listened to audiobooks. Could he repeat what happened at 3.0, you know?
To be fair, he listens to audiobooks all the time, so he speeds it up too when he listens. So he's used to it.
To be fair, I haven't tried it faster yet. That's a thing too. Is like the only times I've ever started upping speeds is when I've been like really into a book and I'll speed it up. And if things are just going fine, like it's fine if it takes me 5 hours to listen to an 8-hour book. Like I don't need it to be faster than that, because I'm still listening to a book a day at work and then reading a book a day at night. So I've never tried any faster. So maybe that can be a goal. Maybe I'll try to get my speed up.
But you don't need to.
Really fast and let us know what you think.
Right? I should try it. That'll be a good video.
We're hearing screaming in the background, and we're just like, okay, we got to get through this thing real fast because I got to go check that out.
We've got a lot of, so max 1.5, max 2, 2.5 normal. Okay, so like everybody's so different. 1.5 is your highest. Okay. So this is interesting. It's growing. A few months ago, you could only do 1.5.
And now it's 1.75.
That's the same for me. Like 1.8 is the last couple months, and that was with contemporaries when I was listening to a bunch of R.S. Gray. Her books were like 6 hours long, and I had them up to like 1.8, and I was listening to like 3 or 4 of those a day by the end of Audible Escape. But listening to historical romance, I can't do the accent that fast.
Yeah, accents I have to slow it down a little bit.
That's why, like in the beginning of the historical romance, I'll listen to it slower, and then once I know the different voices that they use for different characters, then I could start speeding it up.
Yeah.
Right.
Same for me with fantasy too, is like once I know the world building, I can go faster.
Right.
Totally.
Or if it's a new audio, like if it's a new narrator to you, like
I write reviews for everything I read.
So do I.
Yeah, I do not.
I'm gonna try to put down 2 sentences, even if it's like 1 sentence.
Right.
I'll be like, awesome, period. Like I did just something, you know?
For me, it helps me remember the story better. Like me writing out my thoughts helps me remember the story better so I can refer back to it. Because I used to just rate them, and then I would be like, I don't even remember what this book is about anymore. Or if I like why I didn't really like it.
I like
that.
Now I want to do that for Rex, because there's 2 new things I'm doing. Like my book spreadsheet, I added a page to it where I'm tracking the tropes, so that when I do a trope video, I can just Control F the trope. So I think in my Goodreads reviews, I should put like the characters' names, trigger warnings, and the trope. Even if I put nothing else, like I'll make that be my base thing of like, here's trigger warnings, here's the characters, tropes, and then if I have more to say about it, because then at least if I go back, I can be like, oh yeah, this.
Yeah,
I like
That's a good idea too.
I find it helpful for doing my wrap ups. So, because like I talk about what I'm reading on Instagram. I do like a daily sort of reading update on Instagram, and then I write a review on Goodreads. So by the time I sit down to do my wrap ups, usually like I don't have to like write notes or think about it. I just like know what I want to say. So.
I never do notes.
I've noticed too, like no one puts down tropes. Like when you go in there and you're like, oh, is this a trope of something? Like I've never seen someone write a trope down. Or rarely. I shouldn't say never. Like there's
usually they'll shelve it. Like they make bookshelves of tropes.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's what a lot of people do.
Listopia.
Yeah.
I was thinking of if I wanted to add more tropes on my shelves. I don't know if I'm going to. I'd have to go to my back. I'd have to go through everything.
There's some people have like 50, they have a shelf for everything, and I don't. But maybe I could change that up.
I just started. It's an undertaking though, and I forget sometimes, but like my goal is to shelve all of my books and all the different tropes, because it's just helpful. Like if you're doing rec videos and stuff, it's helpful to just like go to your one shelf and be like, okay, here are all the books that have this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I've started doing it for some stuff too. I also like now I have shelves because sometimes I want to look back on it. So I have shelves for things I read for my Patreon book club. I have a shelf for all of my book of the month books because I may want to do a video of like how good are my book of the month club picks, like, and now if I want to make that video, I have a shelf where they're all in one place.
I also like people shelved by stars too. I like that idea.
Oh yeah.
Which
I don't.
like
I mean, you don't necessarily have to do that though, because you can do
sort.
you can sort. That's the term. I couldn't think of the term. You can sort them that way.
By just looking at your page, you can see, oh, I have 40 of them already. Whereas if you have to sort by it, then you have to count it.
You have to scroll. Yeah, you have to go through.
Yeah.
Bree, question for you. How hard is it? Because I feel like I need like a Goodreads, like class on like how to like shelve your books with like the tropes and stuff. How hard is it to like start putting them in different shelves of the tropes? Like, does it take a little bit of time, or is it not?
I mean, it's an undertaking at first, especially if you read a lot and you're trying to get your backlist, but it's not hard. I mean, it's just little checkboxes and you can add a new shelf very easily. I mean, Goodreads isn't a very intuitive app to begin with, unfortunately. I wish it was a little easier, but it's not difficult.
Yeah. I mean, to start fresh, like if you want to start fresh in 2021, it's very easy to add the shelves.
It's very easy to
book. You can just click whichever you want to put it in. So that's easy. But to do your backlist, you're supposed to be able to sort and do that, but I've had mixed success with batch sorting. Like you're supposed to be able to go in and sort, and it is very clunky.
Yeah.
I'm starting from this.
You kind of have to do it individually, like go to an individual book or like go and no, but it's not hard if you're going forward. And I do that, like I have different categories, like I have a shelf for like if something's like a queer book or by a Black author, or like I have like different things that I shelve them into.
That's a really good idea.
Some people, it's useful. Some people go crazy with it, like, and have way more than I do, but I have some.
Yeah.
I've started doing that too.
Like that's what my spreadsheet is for. So Goodreads is for the public. My spreadsheet's for me.
Does anybody use like a book planner?
Yeah.
I just ordered that Inkly design. I don't know.
That's what I use. Little Inkling Design. I love it. Yeah, I have.
You love it? Okay, I'm so excited.
Over there, but
I have this is the new one.
It's so
you got it. I'm still waiting for mine.
Yeah. Well, I pre-ordered it like weeks ago.
Because the last few years she's sold out. This year she ordered more than before.
Ordered extra. Like this is my this year and
Okay. I've got them every year but the first year.
This is my first year getting one. I can't wait to see it.
This year is my design. I'm excited. There's a lot of extra stuff that I don't use in years past, so I would just repurpose. This year I'm very excited for how it's set out. So we'll see.
Yeah, I love it. I use a lot of it. Yay! Oh, Trina, that's exciting. I'm glad you're getting it.
Yay!
Stickers in it this year, and
good. Interesting, cool.
I love my reading bullet journal.
Bullet journal, yeah. I know that's really big too.
You who do Bujo, I am mad respect. I have no talent for doing those, so I need to buy it.
I think it's very simple. Like I don't go all crazy with the art and stuff. But I like having control over what is in it. Like I don't have to be within whatever guidelines they have, and I can put things in order how I want.
And then you put all that stationery too. So
so I don't have to draw anything. I just put stickers and stuff on it.
I really like her stuff because I use it for like planning all of my videos and stuff every month. And then so like December. Like
I'm gonna enlarge my screen. I'm playing.
Right? I know. I want people to see like what I'm playing. I should show you. I'll show you. Hold on. I'll show you November. There you go. This is like November, and then I do like
organized
review. These are like the books I have to review for the month. So I like check them off when I read them. And then I love the wrap up page because I use it for my stats to and everything for when I do my video wrap-ups. So like there's a wrap-up page that I'll fill in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like yeah. They're great.
You guys are
pretty
so I just wing it. I'm like, what do I want to do today? Sure.
You have like how many books? You're gonna have it's gonna take you a while.
Yeah, about 2,000 books here. So we're trucking along.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. My library's at
No Angel, where like they put it all around me as I like go through them, you know.
I just moved my work desk from my room to the living room so that I can like leave my bedroom to do work every day with my house. Now I have room for another full length bookshelf.
Yeah.
So I'm getting another one of these in my room, and I'm just like, yay, another historical shelf. I have room. So
That's exciting.
that's what I've slowly done. Is I used to have all half shelves, and slowly I replaced half shelves with full shelves one at a time until I have no half shelves at all. I have a 1-bedroom apartment, guys, and 1,200 books in it. Like there's a lot in my
I mean, I have a 2-bedroom apartment, but a husband and 2 children also. So
yeah, you got my hobbies in there. Like I'm fine if I had bookshelves in every corner because it's just me, but you have like toys and children and stuff.
Yeah.
Pesky family.
I'm not allowed to buy more bookshelves.
Could be like me and just turn your entire dining room into a library.
I have a whole basement that I could really like just load up with shelves if I wanted to. Well, if I could afford to.
Right.
Did you guys see Melissa's shelves? I don't know Melissa. I don't think she's here, but she got like they just put up a full wall and they're like lit.
Oh, the Labrador.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. That looks
like,
pretty.
Super cute.
It looked amazing.
I recently repurposed, so like the TV we've had sitting in our bedroom doesn't actually work, and so I was like, can we just get rid of this and I can use the entertainment center to put my romance novels in?
I don't know if you guys have IKEA by you, but IKEA has like this beautiful TV stand with the shelves on the side, and then it has like a connecting piece with shelves.
In the living room. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah, we have that.
I love it.
Yeah, we have that in the living room. It's great. But then we have another, like an older one that I inherited from my parent. Well, like my parents kind of gave it to me when we got married, but in here that we had a broken TV in, and I was like, let's just get rid of the broken TV and I'll turn this into a bookshelf.
Yeah, that works.
Well, the fun for Bethany is, I mean, you got the tax returns to show for it. Be like, this is partially my job, honey. Like, I need space for it. You know?
Yeah. I mean,
it is in some bank now. Yeah.
It's all write-offs, like buying my new bookshelf. Actually, technically, this one is because I use it in my videos as a background, so this is a write-off.
Right. My goal next year is to spend less than I take in. It didn't happen this year. By many times, I bought more books than I went out. But my goal for 2021 is to at least be solvent in my buying. Like, I think I can do it.
You know how much you spend a year on books? How do you like?
Yep.
In your budget?
Yeah.
It's not in a budget. Yeah. It's in a spreadsheet. I didn't say it's budgeted, but I know how much I spent.
You spreadsheet it?
Yeah, I spreadsheet all my.
I did that for like a few months and then I kind of lost steam on that. But I do spreadsheet all of my books that I read. I love my book spreadsheets.
I've taken in 900 books this year.
Wow.
At a total of like $5,000. And that's the discounted point. So there you go. There's my dirty laundry. I'm the one known for I'll tell you how much all my stuff costs. That's what I spent on books during a time of COVID.
Well, amazing, because I think people think that you make a lot of money on BookTube.
Yeah.
BookTube, and it's like it doesn't really.
And I didn't start making any money until April of this year, and it doesn't pay for the books. So
this is hobby time. This is like
thank you, Microsoft, for paying for my books, because that's
yeah, no, it takes a long time. I mean, like eventually you could but not what people think.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just fun hanging out and talking books. Like that's what I do.
Well, Also, luckily, the second half of the year, I've been more into historicals. Like the second half of the year, I've bought mostly all historical romances. And then my Kindle books have been like contemporary. So I've bought more books the second half of the year, but they cost less than the first half of the year. So buying fantasy books. So
Fantasies are expensive.
they're so expensive.
It's hard to find secondhand fantasies. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Circles, I can find them $1 or $2, no problem, all day long. But to find something like this,
$40
about because I saw it in her background in one of her videos. Did you like it, by the way?
Oh, for what?
$30, where I could have a whole box of historical for the price of this book. It's like
we're reading that for Patreon book club in January.
Okay, so I saw it in one of your backgrounds of your video because I was like, oh my gosh, she probably has said something about it, and I just missed the video. But I saw it. So have you read it yet? You haven't read it yet.
No, we're reading it in January for Patreon book club.
Sorry.
It's okay. No. Yeah, no, it's gonna be on my January TBR, but
that's an arranged marriage, isn't it?
What?
That's an arranged marriage, I think.
Is it? Is it a marriage?
Yeah, I think it is, or it's a forced marriage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe it's it's like a YA fantasy from France.
Right.
But maybe it might be.
It starts with her having to marry into a different family, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I owned it at one point, and then
I
never read it, but
yeah, it's interesting. Well, and it's translated from French, and so I don't know. We do so like for book club, we do a different theme every month that people vote on, like books in like the genre or whatever. And so for January, we did a translated fiction and a graphic novel. So that's one of the things we're reading.
It's a series too, isn't it?
Right.
I think I remember it being a series. Yeah, it looks. I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah, I have too. I was like, I wonder if she's read it. I'm gonna ask her.
Not yet. No. You know what I do is sometimes like books that I've recently bought or are on my TBR shelf or like my haul shelf, if they're the color that I'm looking for my background, like that. Because I've been having issues because it's winter with lighting, and so like sometimes I need to put light colored things in my background to be more reflective so that it's not as dark in my, so like that's a lighter color. So I probably had it in a stack of like lighter colored books. So
right.
But
I saw it and I was like, okay, well maybe I'll have a chance to ask her about it. Cause I'm like, it's been in my house for like, no joke, I think 2 years because Reagan had it on her channel and I was like,
yeah,
oh, I put it on my wish list, husband bought it for me and I had not gotten to it. I'm like, I need to get to it.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm excited to read it. I think it'll be fun. So yeah, I'm reading it in January.
Book club? You're doing a book club on your channel thing?
Yeah, so it's for my Patreon, we do like a monthly book club. Cool. So yes, I'll be reading it. I'll talk about it in my wrap up, and then we do like for patrons, we do like a live show at the end of the month on the thing. But yeah, it'll be fun.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's maybe.
Oh, I haven't heard about that.
Maybe. Is that
computer died.
Lala's doing?
Oh, right. I think I did see that.
Yeah, possibly. Oh, good luck. That'd be interesting to do all historicals. That would be cool.
Hi, Sharon.
Funny. You know what? I always wonder if people like how much people pay attention to like what books I have in my background. Because secret thing. If you do pay attention to them, sometimes you might see books that are going to be in my next book haul.
Right, because you're getting ready. I get that.
Yeah, well, because I have a shelf in this room where I keep all of my books that are going to go on the next book haul. Like I have like a little cubby where I put them. And so, when I'm like doing my background before I prep videos, sometimes that's what I'm pulling from. So sometimes you'll like see books that I haven't officially hauled yet.
Yeah. So sorry if that was a spoiler for anybody.
No, that's fine. That's great. I mean, I publicly announced it. So like they know that it's the what we're reading. So
I'm not gonna lie, Shay, this week has been really hectic for me because I'm gonna be on 4 different channels this week. So next week I'll have my unboxings up. So sorry about that, guys. I literally like my house is just bonkers. My daughter had a birthday on Sunday, which was quarantine birthday, but we had a bounce house for just us. and then we made cookies and all sorts of stuff.
Oh,
So like
oh. Man, I need to plan a birthday party. My son's like turning 4 on the 20th, and I need to like figure out what we're doing.
And it's one of those things where it's like we did a bounce house, we made cookies, even though us, it still takes like a lot of work to get that together, to get like presents here, like. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. But next week I will have an unboxing up, I promise.
That's what we did for my girls' birthdays over the summer. We just got, because their birthdays are close together, it's in August. We rented a water slide, one of the inflatable water slides, and it was just us. Like we didn't have any
fun.
That is a lot of fun.
That's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's less waiting to get up the slide. You don't have to wait. And the water's not as dirty, right? Because you know that water is murky.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That was fun.
So,
all right. Who's ready to get in PJs? That's me.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. This was really fun, and hopefully people watching have enjoyed it. We've had a lot of good comments and stuff. So
it was so excited to hang out with all you guys because I see you on your channels and I'm like, yay, I get to go hang out with
Next time we should do snacks and wine. I finished my kombucha. Almost.
I had the spiked sparkling water.
Oh, there you go.
I only get drunk on my channel. Sometimes Carrie's.
You can. It's okay.
Oh, that's a good question. Probably. Yeah.
We're gonna do the light versus dark again, so that'll be May, the first week of May.
I need to see if they're up for it, but we might bring back the Get Shit Done Readathon for January.
Ooh.
That sounds like an awesome readathon.
That sounds like fun.
It's a very like laid back sort of like get around to stuff you've been putting off kind of readathon.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I'll probably do another Kindle Clear Out readathon.
Yeah, that'd be great too. I had a lot of fun that one too. Pop Culture Readathon just announced that they're doing the 80s for January.
Hey. Oh yeah, I saw that.
Cool.
Yeah, they're dropping their boards and everything soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be reaching out to a couple of authors. We're gonna see me, Carrie, Alicia. I'll see if I don't know who else is definitely gonna do it with our current group, but we want to do another one come January. So we're gonna work on that. It's fun, especially when the authors get involved. Like Julia's been really involved with ours. She's been awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah, she's been great.
There will definitely be some announcements on Thursday. I won't say anything, but Crystal, I don't know if she's still here, but there are some announcements coming on Thursday.
Exciting. I love it.
If you like historicals, maybe show up.
Good times.
And then I think I'm trying to get together with Jessen. And maybe we might, I don't want to say anything, but we might be doing something with Jessen. So,
woo!
Saying it
awesome.
Like out there, but yeah. Unless she's like, oh no, Carrie, you missed that.
Nice. Manga Love Readathons will be back. Love in the Night will be back. Okay, I love it. Yeah, and I'm thinking of doing some like read along things. We'll see if they come together. But like I've low key talked to people about a couple of like one that I want to do a reread of that I want to bring back so that people will read them. But the Song of the Lioness Quartet by Tamora Pierce.
Yes, I love that series. I love Tamora Pierce. She's such a queen. I love her so much.
I love them. It's like one of my favorite series that I've read and reread.
What is that called? That's new to me.
It's called The Song of the Lioness Quartet. So the first book is Alana, the First Adventure. They're great. And they're short. They're like middle grade YA crossover books. So she's like 9 or 10 in book 1 and like 20 in book 4.
Oh, wow.
She's like the OG of like middle grade YA fantasy because she wrote them in the 80s.
There's magical birth control when she eventually becomes sexually active. It's like they're so good. They were so ahead of their time.
Really neat.
They're really good. Yeah.
She literally made the genre for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Cool.
And I wanted to throw it out there for you guys, but I talked a little bit about this on our, what was it, Saturday when we did the Bridgerton or the Binging Bridgerton Readathon.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm in March to do some sort of week-long thing about literacy, about like maybe doing something with all booktubers about either learning about literacy, raising funds for literacy programs, because since we all love books, just getting knowledge and awareness and talking about what it means to, you know, struggle with reading and things like that. So I'm throwing it out there for you guys, and I want to throw it out there to like booktubers big and small. So it's kind of like all of books, like let's get the struggling readers to start reading and getting recommendations out there for them and stuff.
Oh, I love that. I think that's cool.
I just wanted to do that for March because I had such a struggle with reading, and I just want to talk about my journey and then like other booktubers who struggled with reading, because I saw the Sick Chicks and they were so inspiring to do something like that. And it's like, it's good to talk about your struggles and how you overcome.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know if she's still here, but Ashley from Bookish Realm is a children's librarian, and I know she talks quite a bit about like the importance of having books for reluctant readers or struggling readers, and like talks a lot about that. So I'm sure she would be up for something like that.
Saturday, we also mentioned that I'm a nurse, so a lot of the patients, I see all pediatric patients, and a lot of my patients are blind, and something that you don't really see are a lot of Braille books. So we're thinking that hopefully in that week we might be able to do something for, you know, children that are blind and might benefit from, you know, books, you know, Braille books.
Right.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
To get like, we're all booktubers. I feel like we love books so much, and to pass the love along to others.
I love that. Yeah, that's great.
So
Hi, Ezra.
That's so cool.
Stay safe.
I love it. This is true. Tamora does read really well. She just holds up too. Like a lot of books don't hold up after years, but I just reread them a few years ago and like they hold up so well. Yeah,
they really, really do.
Wait, which books did you say again, Bethany?
The Tamora Pierce books, the Song of the Lioness books. Yeah, they're great. Not getting access. Yeah, I think it's important. I mean, I part of why I love being able to have a collection I do now is when I was growing up, I didn't own very many books. I used my library a ton because we can afford books very often. Like that was, you know, for Christmas maybe or something, but like, yeah.
And getting those books to those lower income families or whatever you need.
That's huge.
Some kids just don't have access to books, and hence why they can't read is not the access to them.
Yeah.
They
have, which is great.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Castles Ever After is on sale on Kindle.
Hey, that's awesome.
Nice. I haven't. Is that like one of the books in?
It's a series.
It's a series, the whole series, right?
Mm-hmm. Romance.
I feel like, yeah, I don't know if I've read all of those. I should check that out actually, because there's a couple I want to read from that. I'm still slowly reading some of her backlist.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, good stuff.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for hanging out. It's been fun. Have a good night. Hope you all enjoyed this.
Yes.
Nice hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
Such a great time. Thank you.